I can't really hear you. You're really low. You're really low. You're really low. Maybe I have to turn up your Maybe I have to turn up your. Yeah. All right. There you go. I was trying the new control room, and it's really bad. The YouTube control room is dog crap. It's pretty bad. But we are live right now. But we're just waiting on Inksley to get his whatever up and running right now. But it's been a while since we've actually done a stream. So, huh? I'm just gonna turn you up. I mean, it's gonna hurt if you come into like normal volume. It's really gonna hurt. Say something. Can you hear me? Oh, this is amazing. See, this is what happens when you don't stream for, uh, like 3 or like a month almost. It's been like a month, and he is muted. But anywho, just to let you guys know, we're gonna try something a little different today. A little bit more in kin to how we started. Um, we're actually gonna be doing mutants and masterminds. Which, if you don't know what Mutants and Masterminds is, it is a pen and paper RPG. Yeah. Of course, Ragiroth's going to be a little late today. I think he said he's going to be like 30 minutes late. Someone's always late to these streams. I guess I'm just not important enough for them. They're jerks. They are jerks. I hope everyone's having a lovely Thanksgiving. Um, I just finished off JoJo's Bizarre Adventure on my channel. I hope you guys.
Okay, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you now.
Okay, sorry about that. My streaming was a little
Okay, cool.
my
Huzzah!
se- nothing, man. What's going on? Sorry, my settings were really weird because of streaming.
Oh, it's okay. Like, yeah, I was just talking to the crowd, telling them that I was sorry that I hadn't done any more LPs since JoJo's Bizarre Adventure, but that I was going to be coming back with 999 in a little bit. I'm going to be purchasing a new mic, so and some nice snazzy uh, earphones. But even though I lost a subscriber, I guess I said something someone didn't like, and I lost a subscriber. So
That or just I for some reason when you upload, like when people upload, I've noticed for me I haven't uploaded in a while, but I've noticed when I upload, I actually lose subscribers and I don't gain them when I upload.
well, maybe because they know after your last our last escapade into what was that game? Apex Legends. They realized that you were all a lie. You were all talk, and you weren't actually like who you said you were. Xinksly. Jeez. The only reason why you're good is because you take like 10 hours of footage and you sniff them down. But nah, 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 nah.
No, it's all good. Is Raggy
Yeah,
joining tonight?
Raggy's gonna be on the night, but he said he's gonna be like 30 minutes like behind possibly, which kind of sucks. But that's just
It
how
is
it
what
is.
it is. I'm just glad I could join you.
Yeah, yeah, we're gonna be doing mutants and masterminds. Did you think of a stand ability you wanted, or did you just want to do standard superheroes? It's all up to you.
I didn't really. I thought stands would be cool. I forgot to ask you. Did I need to download anything? Really quick.
Not really. I can share the PDF with you.
Okay,
I
cool.
can.
I
I,
have the live stream open.
oh yeah. No. Well, no. I'm gonna turn on screen share.
Okay.
With
I just
the
wanted to see if it was up.
yeah, it's up. It should be up. It's just a blank screen right now because oh no, I don't want to do that. I want to do a window share because you can see all the shit I have up right now. Change windows.
Can you just give me like 2 minutes though? I have to use the bathroom before we start.
Jeez, you should have had this done already, jerk.
Well, I know. You know the mic though. I had
Yeah.
like 18 different settings. Like I have a mic set up. I
Yeah.
have two mics set up, and then I have a microphone set up too. So the
Jeez.
input to the output was for some reason weird. So I'm good now.
All
I'll be
right, you
right
piss. Go take a pee.
back.
Piss in my mouth, please. Anyway, you know, I have been working on the intro to the to the channel. Not that many people watch this anyway. Um, you know, no one likes me. I kind of suck. And it's coming out pretty good. I didn't. I was listening to it again, and I sort of just wanted to redo it. Um, you know, I just wasn't digging it. But anyway, yes, we're going to be Mutants and Masterminds, specifically with a JoJo's Bizarre Adventure theme to it. The theme will be it's years in the future, and I guess you could say an asteroid has struck the planet. So it's gonna be sort of like a Mad Max kind of experience, except with JoJo's Bizarre Adventure stuff. Exciting, right? Um, I gave them the choice to either play Stan users or Hammond users. For Hammond users, for certain reasons. If anyone's watched, the other JoJo, what part two, Battle Tendency, I think they'll get the reference to the giant asteroid that is striking the planet. So, you know, that's what it is. That's what it is. So today we're just going to be going over character creation. I don't know if Xinksly has ever played Mutants and Masterminds, but I had done a homebrew version of JoJo's Bizarre Adventure with like my own game system that I had sort of just made up. It was similar to Mutants and Masterminds, but it was a lot more loose, where you can just do whatever the hell you want it. But this is a learning experience for me when it comes to playing Mutants and Masterminds. I used to play the champion system for a while, and which champion system is very similar to Mutants Masterminds, almost the same thing, but it's a lot more complicated, and you need like 5,000 different pairs of dice. While champion system while it's Mutants and Masterminds only requires what, one dice, a d20. So that makes it a lot more easier to play, but it is going to be a learning experience. Reading the rules in between work and my daughter is a little tricky, but I tend to play RPGs kind of fast and loose. I like to be super lethal, like I like killing players, but because I don't really know the champion system the champion system, God. Anyway, because I don't know the Mutants and Mastermind system that well, I sort of feel bad for murdering players, because I just don't want them to think that, I just murdered them because I felt like it and I really didn't know what I was doing. And it's a combination of the two. I like murdering players. I had one player in one of my All Flesh Must Be Eaten games, which I know how to play that pretty well. They were fighting against like these, I guess you could say like triad members in the sewers underneath this town, who were trying to resurrect this like zombie lord who controls all the zombies. And he kept on. The Yakuza threw a grenade at him, and he's like maybe like ankle high in water. So when they threw the first grenade at him, he said he was going to kick it. He rolled a critical failure, a 1. And I let him slide, He got hurt, but I didn't, murder him, because he obviously would have died from the grenade. But then when another triad member threw the one only grenade I put on the characters, he decided that he was going to run to it and kick it. And what did he do? He rolled a 1. So it killed him. It blew him up, and he died. And he was pissed at me for the rest of like the time I knew him, which was like a couple of years after that. And so I really, really try to not be as lethal as I want to be, because believe it or not, I really do. I really do like killing characters, or because it really puts a scare into your players. Another thing I want to talk about is the COPPA thing. I'm not really understanding the copy regulations, because I'm a little afraid of posting any videos on YouTube recently.
I'm back.
Oh, you're back. All right. So I was just talking about Mutants and Masterminds, and it's still coming up as Persona. I don't understand why that.
Maybe from before?
Yeah, from before. I have to delete that. Talk about stuff. There you go. Boom. We're not playing Persona today. Anyway.
All right, sorry about that.
No, it's okay. So I was talking about COPPA, or whatever the new regulations are on YouTube. And I'm actually kind of like uneasy about it because it says that even though I'm saying that my videos are not made for kids, it can still be construed as kids wanting to watch it.
Yeah, that's weird.
So if I like post a game up and it's not made for kids, and even though I say not for kids, I can still get fined like $45,000.
I don't understand how like that's even
I
like
think.
obviously
Yeah.
your stuff's not for kids, so
It's
like
not, and I even posted as not for kids. So I am a little nervous about that. Like, I don't know what I'm going to do about the situation because I really don't feel like getting sued for that much money. That would put me in bankruptcy.
yeah. I
Um,
would just delete my YouTube channel at that point.
yeah, so that's my issue. I was thinking about maybe trying to find like a smaller like streaming platform, or that doesn't really have that many people,
Yeah.
and sort of trying to become a personality over there, because that's the problem with YouTube. There's too many people on here.
Yeah. And that's the thing. Now does all your other videos get hit with that? Your older videos too?
Yeah, all of them. So it's like your videos, right? Theoretically, if you don't put not if you put not for kids, right, and there's cursing in there, and a
Mhm.
kid could be reasonably enticed to watch that video because it's about a game, you could
Yeah.
still get sued for it.
So would I just like I curse on it, so would
Yeah,
I just
like
hide my
I
like literally it destroys your whole channel,
exactly.
basically.
Yeah. I mean, I see. I don't understand like I put my things. This video is not for kids. So that to me that says kids shouldn't be watching this. I'm not making things for kids. So, but if a kid does watch it, like that's not my problem. You know what I mean? It's not for kids.
Yeah.
That's what it should say. But hey, that is what it is. Can you see the
Yes, I
screen?
can see the share.
Okay, okay. So essentially, Mutants and Masterminds is kind of similar. Like I'm still reading the rules, but it is kind of similar to like the homebrew I made, but it's a lot more like distinct on the rules. So essentially, I choose what kind of PowerPoints that you start out with, and PowerPoints is how you build your character. So going with JoJo, the stand users themselves, they aren't super powered. Okay,
Okay.
it's their stand that makes them that good. Okay, so if you're looking at like where it says PowerPoints,
Mhm.
you'll see like level 5, it says 75 PowerPoints. That's how many points you have to spend to make your character. The meaning all your stats, all your abilities, and all your powers.
How much do we start with though
You're
for
gonna you're,
PowerPoints?
you're gonna start out with 75
Okay.
because to give you an idea of the ranking system, like your abilities, right? So like strength, agility, 0 in a stat is average human.
Okay.
So, but like power level 7, that's like kick ass power level. You know what I mean? Ever see the movie Kick Ass?
Mhm. Yeah.
That's or Mystery Men. That's power level 7. Power level 10, that's like I wouldn't say like maybe Superman, I would say almost. But these, or maybe I should say Marvel superheroes more. That's level 10. So everyone's start out at a power level 5 with 75 starting points. So what this means is nothing that you put points into can
Mhm.
be more than 10. So you can't have like a strength of like 11. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You can only have up to 2 times the starting power level. So I hope you have something like the right like stuff
I
down.
have it on my I have my phone, my
Okay,
notes.
or like a word thing up. So like all you really need to do is put power level 5 and you have 75 power points. All right? And then from there it really depends on where you want to start. So as a stand user, I would probably say you'd probably want to start with what your stand is going to do, because most of your points are going to almost get sunk into a stand.
Mhm.
Like making. So what I'm going to do actually is I'm not going to make you spend points on the actual stand, like summoning the stand, which would
Yeah,
cost you points to do because there's a mechanic for that in the game. It's called summoning.
but we're not doing that.
But
Okay.
yeah, but so you're not gonna have to pay for that because it's like 20 some points just to summon the stand, and that's not including like attacking. Like so you
So
could
that would technically you'd only be at 55 then if you had to summon it.
exactly. So if you had to spend the points on the actual like stand, so what we're gonna do is we're going to go to so I don't know where you want to start because you can start. So what you have is you have abilities, which is like your strength, agility, your will, and those determine like your defenses, like how well
Okay.
you are, like your toughness and everything. And then you spend points on defenses. Then you spend points on skills, so like lock picking, technology, all that kind of stuff. And then
Hmm.
you have advantages, which basically is like advantages are always something that's in effect. So
So
it's
it's these traits right here. These
traits,
five
yeah,
traits.
yeah. So and then you have your power, and basically the cool thing about powers and mutants masterminds is it's whatever you want the power to be. Really, the only thing like summoning, right, which is a stand power, that's all it is. It's just a title for the power. So your descriptor would be stand, basically, and then everything after that is basically affected by like modifiers that you add to the ability. So let me so like here I'll show you this guy. Um you're gonna see a cyborg in front of you, right?
Hmm.
So basically you'll see it says powers, right? He has armored, protection 11. So basically the player said, look, I want my character to be armored. So they're like, all right, let's look up in the power section. So, all right, so we're going to use the power, which is called protection 11. That's basically how many ranks he has in that. So, the more ranks you have in something, the better it's going to be. Because the way Mutants Masterminds works is you roll a d20, you roll it, and then you add your rank,
I'm glad I have those dice.
yeah, to the roll, okay? So, like, and then you'll see 17 points. It's 17 points just to be armored. Unliving, immunity to fortitude effect, 30 points. So, so then he has elemental range damage, which is a power. So he can use one of the elements. I don't know what he picked. He probably used like electricity
Hmm.
as like
That's
a
what it looks
lightning
like.
bolt. You know what I mean? And then he has skill like advantages. Uh, eidetic memory, which he just remembers everything he can see, which is an advantage. And then when he uses ranged attacks, he always gets a +5 on ranged attacks. That's from the advantages. And then he has skills, which is like investigation. He rolls a d20. He adds, his ranks in in investigation to the roll, so on and so forth. The higher the roll, the better, of course. And then he has offense. So basically, what you're picking is you have your when you pick skills, you're basically you have three different types of skills. One is just like your talking skills or like actual I can't explain it, and then you have your offense. Then you have your
Yeah.
offensive skills. So like if you were gonna play a Hammond user, right? One of your like skills, so you can like fight with it, would be martial arts Hammond. And basically, when you used it, that would be used in conjunction with all your like superpowers and stuff like that. So like
Okay.
channeling light and like the ability to touch metal and have it like electrocute people and shit like that. Defense. So like let's say someone uses like their skill of fighting on you. Okay, you can choose to like dodge. You can choose to parry it. You know what I mean? Will is more like psychic attacks or things that would affect you mentally. Um, Toughness is just basically it's how you resist damage from people, and
Okay.
fortitude is more like poison and like and environmental effects.
So the five, there's five categories though, right?
Yeah. So
So it's ability, strength, defense. What are
so
the other two?
so it's well, okay. So you're gonna be picking. All right, I'll go back up to 20.
Sorry, it's a little bit, a lot
Yeah.
of like some of it's a little blurry for
All
me.
right. So ability, defense,
Skill.
skills, advantage, and power. Your power is like you're actually going to be handcrafting what your stand actually does. So and you're going to be adding like modifiers that are going to cost you more and or flaws that'll minus the effect. So
Okay.
like if you want it to be like, well, I have to touch the target, that would be a flaw. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
And that'll reduce the cost. So like powers. Let me go to powers here. The page for
Now
power.
now the 75, like, say I sink in, like, do I have to sink in all 75 points into the five different abilities? Is that what it is?
I probably would. I would just yeah, sink it all. Like I wouldn't leave anything
Okay.
to like out there, especially since you're gonna. I would just sink all your power points at once. Don't even worry about saving any. So
Okay.
another thing to remember is that all powers they're noticeable in some form, shape, or way. However, with like stand abilities, they're only noticeable because the descriptor is stand. Um, it would only be noticeable. That's homebrew on my part. It would only be noticeable by stand users. Okay,
Okay.
so you have the effect types that you have. They're attack, control, defense, and there's general ones. And that general is basically things that don't fit into a particular category.
Yeah.
And you have movement and sensory. So like sensory would be like A-Man, for example. I made A-Man in this. So A-Man,
Yeah.
he was able to sense. He had a sensory power where he was able to sense assholes from a mile away, from
I
100
remember
miles
that. Yeah.
away. And then his movement power allowed him to instantly teleport 100 miles away. And then linked to that teleportation was like this super awesome punch that the flaw could only target the target's genitals. But if it once it hit you, you were out. You were done. So like
So it was one punch.
yeah, so it was one punch, yeah. So basically the way that effects work is your effect check goes D20 plus your rank plus any kind of modifiers on there. So for example, let's say you have a attack that is damage. It's a close quarter damage and it's with your fist, but you're channeling like light through it or something like that. You would roll a d20, add your power. So like let's say you have a lightning punch, you would add your lightning like punch rank plus like your martial arts skill to it, and then that would be verse.
Okay. Yeah. Now
It,
I understand.
it's not hard. Like it's all just d20 plus everyone's ranks into it. Now, if you look on the screen, look this. These are all the power effects that you can do. There's a lot.
That's a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you basically, even though like let's say damage, right? Damage says it's an attack. It's a standard action, meaning you can take it at it only costs one action to do it, and it's a close ranged attack. Okay, so I'm just explaining it, and the duration is instant. Okay, so you could go, well, I want my damage to be the action to be reactive. So basically, that'll cost you points,
Yeah.
but you could basically say anytime someone punches me or touches my body, they take damage. So like that's what you have to sort of think about. You're basically taking these things and just you're calling it what you want, and you're basically saying this is what I want it to do, and then you're looking through the rules to see how you can do it. And pretty much you could do anything in this. So at first, what I need you to do is I need you to get something to write down because I'm going to tell you if you want to be a stand user, the things that you need to put in for summoning here. Let me
Okay.
get to the summoning.
I have notepad up.
Okay, so what you're going to do is you're going to put in as the name for it. You're going to put stand, and then we're going to go to summoning. This probably isn't that exciting for other people to watch, but you know what?
We're just setting it up.
Yeah,
It'll
but
be a
yeah,
lot
we're
better
setting.
when we start.
But no, yeah, I mean, it'll be a lot more exciting for people to start. So I'm going to summoning right now. Sorry.
Yeah,
There's a lot you can do with this. It's really cool. Like this is just all descriptions. Okay, summoning.
I'm gonna
So
go all out.
okay, so right, these are basically the things you can, the what it is standard without you doing anything to it. Okay, so what you're gonna put is action. So, how long it basically like how how long it would take you to do it. So action would be standard. It's a standard action. Um, the range, whenever you're done with that, the range is close range. So it's like maybe not even 5 feet away. That's basically close range. So it's basically a close combat thing. So when you
Okay.
summon it, it would be summoned close to you.
So it's summoning then range is the next one, right?
Yeah, so that would be close. And you can change these as we go along.
Okay.
Um, okay, so then duration, meaning how
Wait,
long it
which one is range? Sorry.
range is close. It would be close
Close.
range. Yeah.
Close.
Yeah. Um, and then duration would be sustained. What sustained means is you can keep it, you can keep your stand out for as long as every turn you tell me you're keeping it out. It costs you no action to do it. You just say, I'm keeping my stand out. So it costs you no actions to keep your stand like
Okay.
out invisible.
So he could just sit there as long
Yeah,
as you want.
exactly. So the cost per rank is 2 points. Okay. For right now, it's going to be a rank 1. Okay. So you can, if you want, I'm giving you rank 1. If you want, you can pump more points into that. But I wouldn't pump any points into
The rank.
well, you sort of should actually, because I'll read the description to you. You can call upon another creature, a minion, to aid you. This creature is created as an independent character with effect rank times 15. So the higher your rank, so know how I gave you power points to start out with?
Yeah.
Okay. So now what you can do is you could put 10 ranks into this, right?
Yeah.
And you'll have 150 points to spend on that summoning creature, because essentially you're making two characters. You're making your own character, and then you're making a second character, which is your stand.
Hmm.
Now, you're under standard rules, you can't control this creature. However, we're going to make it a heroic stand, meaning you'll be able to control it. Unless you
Okay.
don't want it. Unless you don't want to be able to control it. That's fine with me. It costs you more to have a heroic minion. So essentially, you need to decide how many power points you want to put into your stand. Because do you know how I showed you like the strength and everything like that?
Yeah.
Like you're going to have to do that again with a separate stand. All
Yeah,
you
like we did before.
Yeah, so but this is a lot more feasible, and you're going to have feedback. So what you need to do is you need to write down under all that kind of stuff. Write down, put extras, and then underneath extras. I don't know what you want to do. Do you want to have an independent stand, meaning you can't control them,
Um.
or do you want to
Now, can they be independent, but can I still control them?
heroic? Well, your minions all have the controlled condition. They have no free will of their own and are completely under your direction, or you can have a heroic. Creatures you summon are not subject to minion rules, but treated like normal player characters. Additionally, they do not have dazed condition, which is great. Dazed is like you're stunned, you can't really do anything, and take a full set of actions each round.
Yeah, I'd rather have a heroic though.
All right, so heroic, I would put that's gonna be I would put next to heroic +2 because that's gonna add to the cost. But
Okay.
so of that, so don't worry about the cost just yet because remember the whole summoning is pretty much is going to be free for you because you have to have a stand, and since we're playing a game where you have to have a stand, I think it's kind of bullshit if you know. Okay, so another thing you can do. Um, One thing you could do is you can add to that. Now these are going to start costing you. Okay, this
Hmm.
is actually going to cost you points. you can have a mental link. You have a mental link with your minions, allowing you to communicate with them and issue orders
Should
telepathically.
I write this part down?
This is I'm gonna read the other extras to you. Okay.
Um,
Um, mental link. Basically, you have a mental link with them. So, say you want to your minion goes off and like off on its own, you wouldn't have to speak to it. You would just be mentally speak. You can mentally speak to it. So, if you had like a remote controlled stand that was
yeah.
like a far away, you'd be able to go, okay, I'm going to speak to it mentally. Um, you can have multiple minions. You can summon more than one minion. Each application of the extra doubles your total number of minions. So if you had multiple minions, and let's say you had one rank in it, you'd have two stands. Or like you know how Sex Pistols he had the six bullets or five bullets whatever.
Yeah.
You could do something like that. Sacrifice when you're hit with an effect requiring resistant chance, you could spend a hero point to shift it to one of your minions instead.
So they could take the damage.
Yeah, but you're gonna take damage anyway because you're gonna have to take a flaw anyway. Um, variable type minions are normally identical in terms of traits, although they may differ cosmetically. With this modifier, you can summon different minions of a general type, like elements, birds, fish, or even a broad type, like animals, demons, humanoids. Um,
Okay.
so those are your extras that you have now. Um, underneath extras, this is just for now. Underneath extras, this is another subcategory. You want to write
Yes.
flaws. Flaws is going to be feedback. So write feedback. Basically, what happens with feedback is just like how it is in JoJo's Bizarre Adventure. You take damage if your stand takes damage. However, you use your stand's resistance. So like he'll basically be blocking it for you, and it's good because if your stand has a better resistance than you,
It'll save you.
it'll save you. You know what I mean? um, but that's the flaw you have to take.
Okay.
Feedback. Now, I do understand that some stands don't have that. They don't have the feedback issue. If you want, you can spend points on it to get rid of the feedback. But as of right now, this is all free for you, unless you want to add things to it.
Okay.
So right now, you should have written down like your power is summoning. It should be a stand descriptor. It's summoning, and then the extras is heroic at +2.
Yeah.
And then you should have a flaws. It should say feedback. And then let me actually read that out to
Yeah, I
you.
have all that.
Okay, feedback. I'm going to read that out to exactly what it does to you. Um, feedback. You suffer damage when a manifestation of your effect is damaged. This flaw only applies to effects with physical or apparently physical manifestations, such as create illusion or summon, for example. If your power's manifestation is damaged, make a resistance check against the attack's damage using your effect's rank as a resistant check bonus. So, the good thing about having a high rank in summoning
Yeah.
is that's like I said, when you take damage, you're going to use your summoning rank to resist that damage.
Okay, that makes sense then.
Yeah. So your creature that you summon will take damage, but you'll have to resist it as well. So the stronger your summoning rank, the better. Okay. So now what we really need to do is you need to think of what your stand does. What does your stand do?
I'm gonna have to think about
Mm. If you want, what you can do
it.
is
Isn't there a website?
yeah, you can do the website,
Yeah.
which is the random generator.
Random and generator. I might just do that.
Yeah, because I might tell Raggy that too, because I think that if you're able to create your own if you're able to create your own stand, I think it can get really overpowered.
Yeah, that's what I mean, and I don't want it to be like
Like when I played with Pepe, he tried to make like a super overpowered stand when we were playing with him, where he
he was trying to make a Jotaro stand.
yeah, like he could touch people, sense their weaknesses, and then like cause that weakness to open up again. Which that's a cool stand, it is, but kind of hard to balance because he was like doubling damage.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So while you're doing that, I'll sort of explain the setting here while you're looking that up, so everyone's not like, "What the fuck's going on?" Anyway, basically, it's about 100 years into the future. All right. Um, an asteroid strikes Earth 100 years ago from where you are now, 100 years in the future. Blah blah blah. And basically, it decimates the Earth. It's think Mad Max. It's mostly all desert. Cities have become giant mountains of rust. Okay, and humankind is sort of become like almost like tribal, sort of like a Dr. Stone, for example, where people have sort of reverted back to sort of primitive means, but with minor technology, like technology that's still running somehow. Um, and with this asteroid, um, zombies, in a sense, have started coming back, as well as the vampire. Um, if you think zombie or vampire, think of JoJo's Bizarre Adventure, zombies and vampires.
Yeah. No,
So
I
like,
got it.
yeah, like
Theo and all.
these have like the stretchy tongues. Um, like from Stardust Crusaders. The one zombie had the stretchy tongue, and like pulling her off is like looking through the keyhole, and the fucking tongue comes through the keyhole at him.
Yeah.
Yeah, so like those kinds of zombies. So they're not dumb. They are slower, but I mean they're just harder to kill. So that's basically like the setting you're gonna be in. It's JoJo's Bizarre Adventure, except set in the post-apocalyptic universe, which I have a feeling that I think the series might. I don't know. Like I have a feeling it might sort of go in that kind of direction, but I don't
Is that
know.
going to be the same story we started, or is it a whole different
Similar,
story?
similar to the story. The villains that you're facing are very very similar. And you were going to face this villain, if we had kept on playing. But except it's set years in the future, and for some reason an asteroid has struck Earth.
All right.
Come on, if you
I like that story.
yeah,
I actually wanted to go through with
it,
most of that.
if
So
you
as long,
played if you watch Battle Tendency,
yeah.
you'll probably see where you should see where this is going. But I mean, you can make the same stand you had. I mean, there's teleportation where you have like the portals and everything, but you'll see. I was going in this direction anyway. It was sort of like this was that series you were playing was the precursor to what I'm going to do here. And basically, that storyline was going to be ultimately, there was a Pillar Man, in Alaska, and they had found a new mask. And what that mask allowed them to do was use the ghostly ripple or the stand. So the mask was allowing cars or a Pillar Man to use stand abilities. And what they were doing is, in order for them to get a stand, because stands are not inherent to Pillarmen, they just can't have them, and in fact, they're weak to them. They had to use the mask to rip people's stands off of them, and then put them. And when the Pillarman would put the mask on, it would give them all the stands within that mask.
Okay.
So, this one's basically it's it's 100 years in the future basically, and the world's kind of decimated by an asteroid that struck the Earth. So I can't say what happens at the end of that series, but if essentially you were going to destroy the new Pillar Man that you found, but since we weren't able to finish it, it's like no. Um,
Yeah. So hopefully,
yeah,
hopefully,
you'll see. It's pretty cool. I'm still waiting for Ragiroth to jump on, but whatever. So okay, did you do the random generator?
for some reason it's not linking the stand. For some reason,
What is it?
it's not linking the stand.
What do you mean linking it?
Like it's giving me the name, but I'm on the stand thing. Like it's like enter the name of the ability, or I have to put an ability into. It's just
I'll do it. Um, oh, I can do it. Um, stand generator. Because I was sort of hoping that we would do random. Um,
yeah. I don't mind. I don't mind random. Like
yeah, like I like random. So okay, so um what is the artist name or album you wish to use?
oh uh, I guess we'll do all hope is gone.
Um, generate name. Okay, so all hope is gone. Okay, so you can either have all hope is gone as the name. You can have sad songs as the name of the stand. Child of Burning Time it could be a name. This Cold Black. I don't know any of this, so
uh,
um.
the child one sounds really cool.
Oh, what was the child one?
Child of burning. What was it?
Here we go. I'm going through it again. Sad songs. Never gonna be alone. Note to God. Gehenna. Come on, what was the child one? Dead Memories. Oh no, what was the child one? This is gonna hurt. This is one of the. Man. What was it? Child of what? Oh no, now it's not coming up again.
Let me see. I'm just gonna.
This Cold Black. All hope is gone. Spirit lead me. Never gonna be alone. Snuff. Oh no.
Child of burning time.
Here we go. Child of Burning Time. Okay, I like that. That is a cool. All right, generate
The
stand.
apocalypse. The
Okay, yeah.
apocalypse or whatever.
So enter the name of your ability in this box. I don't get that.
That's the one. That's where I was stuck at.
Okay, so Child of Burning Time. That's your stand name. Stand ability. Oh, it's dumb. It's not. It just gives you your rank and your potential and stuff like that. Let me see.
Yeah, because I don't remember the ability thing.
Yeah, Child of Burning Time. And what was the name of your band or
Oh, the
artist
band that I
or
used.
album? Yeah.
Oh no, the album was All Hope Is Gone.
All hope is gone. All right. Generate stand. It's not working.
That's what I was saying. Yeah.
That's weird. Um, what the fuck? What the fuck?
That's why I was like, I was confused. I thought I was doing it wrong.
Yeah, it's weird. Um, JoJo's Bizarre Adventure stand generator. Nope.
Definitely want to use Child of Burning Time.
Technical.
I'm looking up other
Yeah, I'm
stand
trying to
generators.
too, but it's getting really weird. JoJo's amazing stand generator. All right, so all right, can I use it? Press the arrow keys to navigate the gallery. All right, this is okay. This is too much. I don't get this. I'm getting
That's
like
what I was saying.
I'm getting like plastic surgeon and stuff like that, and all this weird shit like stand generator. That's
And
weird.
the stand generator we just used is the one we used before that. So
Yeah, it's a shame. This kind of sucks. Let me see. All hope is gone. Generate name, whatever. Generate stand. Yeah, stand ability. Enter URL here. Enter ability URL here. So it's a shame because it's not giving. Here name. Just give me a name of your ability. What would your name of your ability be?
uh my like ability or like what my ability does.
No, just like a name of it. Beam blade emission or like fart songs. You know what I mean? And we'll change it. Just give me a name real quick.
Um I guess teleportation of time. Yeah, I don't know, the link page is weird.
Oh no, it's that's weird. That's weird. It's not doing it anymore because that was cool. It just gave you like a random ability, which was
I,
really
I think
freaking
the
cool.
website's broken now.
Yeah, it might be. It might be broken. Um. Oh man, JoJo stand generator. So we might not be able to do that. That sucks.
I know it's a bummer. We might
Yeah.
just have to make we might just have to make it ourselves.
Yeah, yeah. So you might just have to, or what we could do is like, I'm trying to think. Random word generator. Number words. Create random words. Beautiful. Okay, here we go. It's called Beautiful Recover.
Is that my stand?
Well, that's just what I got. I'm just doing a random word generator, and it said Beautiful Recover.
For which one?
That's for your stand. That would be your stand ability. So,
Beautiful
what does Beautiful Recover do for you?
recover. I guess if I take damage, it
Okay.
reverses the time that I don't take the damage. Like it obviously patches me up to a normal. It brings me back to a time where I'm not injured.
Okay, so basically it all right, so it heals you
Yes,
essentially. Okay. Um so what we're going to do is
I'm writing
we're
it
going to
here too.
do healing. So we're going to do healing. Let's see. Healing. Or wait a minute, we could do morph as well. So it's cosmetic. Okay, it's cosmetic change. So um let me see.
I'm just writing all this down.
I'm trying to see here. Healing. Okay. So healing. You can heal damage conditions by touching a subject and taking a standard action to make DC to make a DC 10 healing check. Each degree of success, healing one damage condition, starting with the subject's worst condition and working down, as if the subject were recovering rapidly. If the subject is dying, the highest degree of success stabilizes the subject, removing the dying condition. If the healing check fails, you must wait 1 minute or use extra effort in order to try again. Extra effort basically is you can like use your stamina. You'll tire
Yeah,
yourself out, but you'll stabilize yourself from dying. So we can do that, and what we can do is
I really like the name of the.
yeah, yeah, yeah. So what would be is it would be what we can do is we can make it healing like you want to do. And because it's your okay, so the way you have to think about this is that it has to affect you. It can't Well, actually, I'm trying to think because if your stand takes damage or your summoned creature takes damage, does does it heal itself or it just heals you, correct? Or does your stand heal just in general?
Well, I guess because my stand is linked to me, wouldn't it over time heal? I mean,
It would
unless
heal
that's
itself,
the
right?
yeah,
Okay,
unless
so
there was a different like form of heal, like it might take the stand a little bit
regeneration,
longer to
there's regeneration as well.
yeah regeneration yeah.
So it's up to you on how you want to do that. So do you just want to do a flat heal or do you want to do regeneration?
I'm gonna do regeneration.
Okay, regeneration. So I have to go to the regeneration power then. And we'll see we'll read the regeneration and we'll see what that does here.
Yeah, I just like that better. That sounds better.
Yeah, it does. It does. Okay, so you recover quickly from damage. Remove penalties to your toughness check due to damage equal to your regeneration rank each minute. Okay, so the way damage works in this game, there is no HP. Okay?
Okay.
If so someone punches you, right? And you fail your rolls to defend against it. You basically start taking minuses to your toughness checks. So like anytime you go to resist that damage again, it's always going to be -1. So let's say you fail, someone punches you 3 times in the face and you fail 3 times. Now you're
Yeah.
like dazed, stunned, incapacitated, and then you're dying. So basically all it takes is basically three hits to successfully go through your defenses for
Yeah.
you to go down. So what this does is you recover quickly from damage. You remove penalties to your toughness checks due to damage equal to your regeneration rank each minute. So basically each minute I believe would be, I forget how much minutes are in a turn. But it's still good. You then recover other damage conditions equal to your regeneration rank each minute, starting for your most severe condition. Spread this recovery out evenly over a minute, 10 action rounds. Okay, so it would take 10 action rounds for you to regenerate.
Okay.
So that's 10 rounds. So if you really take a lot of damage, and like, it would take 10 minutes for you to heal.
Okay.
So with regeneration 5, you remove a -1 toughness penalty every other round. So essentially, one rank would take you 1 minute to heal. Two
Okay.
ranks, 2 ranks would take you half a minute to heal. So 5 rounds. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So every other round with a rank 5, every other round, that's every 2 rounds you would regenerate from damage.
Okay, it makes sense.
So I mean that's like an overall thing, and so it takes no actions to do it. The range is personal, which we can mess around with that. The duration is permanent.
Okay.
It's always on. However, that well, I guess I mean, would it work if your stand wasn't summoned, or is it just it always happens? Because there's certain
Um.
things that stand users can do without their stand like physically summoned. Like
mm,
like what's his name? He could Golden Wind. He just touched something and it just happened.
Yeah, I think it would be able to like without me be able to regenerate other people. Like say there was like people that got attacked.
Okay, so you're
Or
saying you could touch other people too. Okay, so keep this in mind. So what you're gonna write down is power,
okay.
regeneration, action. It takes no action to do it. It just happens. Range. For right now, range is personal. Duration is permanent, and it
You s-
costs.
you said after action which?
Action is none, and
Okay.
range is personal.
Okay.
And then duration would be permanent, so it's always on, just always on. It can't be removed, and it
Okay.
costs 1 point per rank for every rank you want to put into that. Okay.
Yep.
All right. So once you have that all done,
I wish that website still worked, but this is really good.
yeah. Um. Okay. So extras. So these are things that you can do. Um. Persistent. You can regenerate even incurable damage conditions. So, like, let's say you had a broken bone. You can heal that, and you'd be able to heal a broken bone. But let's look up, let's bookmark this page.
I sound pretty okay.
123. Yeah, well, yeah, this is your stand. This is basically your stand that you can do. And remember, you didn't put any ranks in your stand yet, so you don't know how many points you have.
Yeah.
Let's look up incurable.
I'm just writing all this down as you're telling me.
Yeah, this is all the stuff that we're going over. Incurable modifier. We're going to look up incurable modifier.
Where's Raggy?
I don't know. Like, maybe he forgot we're here.
No, I texted him. He asked me if it was Discord or not.
All right.
I told him.
Incurable.
But that was like a half an hour ago.
Let me look up incurable.
I watching hentai.
Incurable. Incurable. Weaken with this modifier cannot have its effects countered by another power, such as restorative healing, without the persistent modifier. The target must recover from the weaken normally. So people can basically weaken. So, like, let's say there's a stand user that can weaken your strength or your stamina.
Yeah.
He can do that to you. And remember, if your stamina, if say he's weakening your stamina, okay, and he drains your stamina all the way down, you can't heal anymore because people with no stamina can't heal.
Okay, I'm writing that down as a little note.
So, if someone's using like a weaken against you, like if they're trying to drain your strength or something like that, you can basically, with that extra, you'd be able to heal yourself of it.
Oh, that's awesome.
You know?
Yeah.
So that would be a flat plus 1 point. Sorry, no, that wouldn't be. That would be. That would be.
Sorry if you just wanted to jump into the game.
No. This is what I wanted to do tonight, actually.
Good. All right.
I just wanted to go over everybody and just, make sure everyone had their characters up and running,
I just like my name and my ability.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. I mean, you could change the name if you don't want that, but that's what you have. Okay, so that would persistent would be that extra. Basically, persistent would regenerate even incurable damage. So if you want that extra, it's plus one cost per rank. So I would put that next to it just in case you want that.
Okay.
Okay. Now there's flaws, okay? Flaws. Source. Your regeneration only works when you have access to a particular source to replenish yourself, such as blood, electricity, sand, scrap metal, sunlight, and so forth. What you can do with this flaw is, does your stand have to be touching you to regenerate you? That could be considered a source. Remember, this is making your powers cheaper. When you take a flaw, it makes your powers cheaper.
Yeah.
So, your stand would, if you took source, your stand would be the source of your regeneration. Which that makes sense because it is the source of your regeneration.
Yeah, then I would do that.
Yeah. So put flaws underneath that regeneration and put source and put stand.
Oh, I did that.
And then
I
put
said source equals stand.
Okay, and then put -1 per rank. Or -1. Okay. So now what we're going to look at is your regeneration. It takes no action to do it. Your stand can just. Well, no. Hmm. Because it wouldn't take.
You would need materials from your stand, right?
Yeah, your stand would have to touch you to do it. Okay. So what would have to be is so your stand would have to be within arm's reach of you to in order to do it. So range would be close. Well, let's look up the range modifiers.
People that are watching this are probably like, "What?"
Yeah, they're like, what the fuck is this? Oh shit.
Trust me, it'll get interesting more next weekend.
Modifiers. All right. So, you want it to affect others. So you want your sand to be able to touch others, okay? This extra allows you to give someone else the use of your personal effect. You must touch the subject as a standard action, and they have control over their use of the effect, although you can withdraw it when you wish as a free action. If you're unable to maintain the effect, it stops working, even if someone else is using it. Both you and the subjects can use the effect simultaneously. So as long as your stand is touching you or someone else,
They have the ability,
they have the regeneration. So
unless I don't want it to.
unless you don't want it, okay? So do you want affects others? So you want to be able to touch other people and have it heal. So put affects
Good.
others and then put +1 cost. Okay. Do you want it to affect objects? Oh wait, yeah.
I don't know.
So you can have it.
Would that mean like, say there was like a broken down car? Can I heal the car back to
Yes.
its original state?
This modifier allows effects normally resisted by fortitude to work
Yeah, I
on
definitely want that done.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So allowing them to work on objects in the same way they would and do living creatures. If the effects only objects working on an object, but not a living creature, it has a net modifier of +0. Objects do not get resistance checks. The effect works on the target object at its maximum degree of success.
Oh, okay.
So, at the GM's discretion, someone holding, carrying, or wearing an object can make a dodge resistance check against the effect, representing pulling the object out of the way at the last minute. So, it would be +1 cost per rank. It's cool, isn't it? It's
Yeah.
cool to be able to make this shit. Okay. Another thing is, do you want it to affect insubstantial things?
Like what?
An effect with this extra works on insubstantial targets. In addition to have its normal effect on corporeal targets, meaning humans, gets rank 1 allows the effect to work at its half normal rank against insubstantial targets, rounded down. Rank 2 allows them to.
Yeah, I just don't know what the I just don't know what
So
that
like
is.
ghosts, and like anything that's insubstantial.
Mm, I don't know how.
Yeah, you don't know
heal
how
a
you do that.
ghost.
Now you can always add to the abilities later as you get stronger.
Yeah, I don't want that right now. But
Do you
I
want
could.
it? Do you want it to have an alternate effect?
I was thinking about, instead of the regeneration, that it also has a retracting where you can make people like hurt or sick or.
Hmm.
I don't know if that would
Okay,
work.
let me. No. It would work. It would work. Alternate effect.
So that would be a sub ability, right?
Yeah,
For,
this
like,
a modifier allows you to swap out the effect for an entire other alternate effect. For example, a damage effect with the descriptor of laser might have a visual dazzle as an alternate effect. The same light beam can be used to damage or blind a target, just not both at once.
Now, do you like that effect? How it can?
I mean, if you
It's like-
want to be able to touch somebody and basically like I don't know what you're doing with it, are you just like degenerating them? You know what I mean? You're gonna
that, or I guess it would be like.
It would be a constant. It would okay. So basically, it would have the opposite effect of healing. It'd
or
be damaging.
regeneration.
It'd be damaging. So what it could be is instead of you having to physically do damage,
I could do
um,
that.
so alternate effect. Same light can be used to blind damage or blind a target. So basically, you could essentially attach it. So basically, instead of healing every 5 rounds, it would or every couple rounds, it would damage them every couple rounds.
Yeah, see, I like that.
So you could alternate the effect. So yeah, if you want, you can do alternate effects, and honestly, you can make the alternate effect as its own. You can add alternate effects to that effect and everything like
Yeah,
that.
that's what I mean. I think that's really cool.
Yeah. So if you want, underneath that, put alternate effect.
Yeah, that's kind of broken.
Yeah, I mean that's the thing.
I think I like it better than the original stand we made back
Yeah.
in one.
Now, now the alternate effect um we have to now do. We have to do the damage. Hmm. Man, you can make it contagious. You can make it dimensional. You can make it like holy shit. Anyway, let's go back to okay, so now the regeneration affects other people. The source is your stand.
Dimensional though. What dimensional?
Yeah, you can basically reach into other dimensions. So say like we had other dimensions in this game, like a demon world.
Yeah.
You could affect. So the modifier allows an effect to work on targets in other dimensions, if any exists in the series. You affect.
That sounds broken.
Yeah.
Um,
All right, so damn it, jeez. Okay, so
I didn't think it was going to turn into this.
yeah, you
but
can. This is the thing, but remember, this is all adding to it. You're gonna have to add this all up to the thing.
Yeah, the
So
75 points.
yeah, well, no, you have more. You have more than 75 points. Remember, because this
Nope.
is your this is your this is your this is your stand.
So wait, do I get how much? How many points altogether?
Okay, so you get 75 points for you yourself.
Uh,
Okay, then depending on how many ranks you put into your stand, which it's going to cost you to do that.
yeah,
Um, that's times 15.
15 points.
Times 15. So let's say you put one rank into your stand, you get 15 points to put into your stand.
Okay.
If you put two, you get 30 points. So on and so forth. See what I mean?
Yeah. Okay, that makes sense.
Um, so okay. So right now, it affects objects, it affects others. So now, put on your healing, your regeneration. It'll say range, put close. Because now it has to be close range.
Okay. Okay.
Okay. So, remember, this is permanent. Like once you touch something or someone else, it's fucking
I
permanent.
can't reverse it. Okay.
Yeah, like it's permanent. It's permanent until everything's healed, and then you'd have to, of course, touch again. Like you know what I mean?
Mm.
All right. So we did that. So then it's permanent. It takes a standard action. So now in your regeneration, put standard. And so for your action, put standard, because it literally has to touch you in order to do it.
Okay.
Okay. Okay. So the alternate effect that we have to do now. All right. So the alternate effect is going to be damaging, right?
Yeah.
It's gonna be damage. Holy shit, this is brutal. Um. Okay. Remember, you still have to buy your stats for your stand too. Um. So
Yeah.
your abilities and stuff like that. So, um, can your stand Can your stand punch things?
Hmm.
I mean, it can still punch if it has the strength. If it has strength, which
Yeah.
your ability. Okay, so it will.
Yeah.
All right, but it doesn't do like it doesn't do like a multi attack like how
Jotaro.
Jotaro's does, right? It just
No.
punches.
No.
Okay.
It's not a like a physical power type.
Okay. So let's go over it one more time. You have regeneration. Your action is standard. Your range is personal. I mean is close. Your duration is permanent. You have the persistent extra on there, and you have a flaw of source. It affects others and it affects objects. Correct?
Yes.
All right. So now you're going to do a alternate effect. So you want to damage someone. So let's see if we can. Um, let's see if we can see if there's anything in here that is that would apply to it. That would apply to that.
Damn, it's already 7:14.
I know. It takes a while.
No, I don't
Um,
mind. I'm
yeah,
excited.
yeah. I mean, I think it's a cool, beautiful recovery. Like, that's cool. Like, it's a cool thing. So I'm just trying to see if there's anything that is um
And I know the people that you're gonna have against us.
yeah, it is. You're gonna have like cosmic level things that you're gonna have to fight against.
All right, good.
So
I
because
like
I will
down.
tell you, you're gonna be fighting pillar men, like just simply put,
Got
like
cars up in there.
not like the pussy pillar men, like
Nah, I got like
the
cars and shit.
yeah, like the impervious ones. All right, so I'm just trying to see here. Summon. You already have summon in here. It's heroic. I'm just trying to see if there's anything that is like, um, you know, um, ooh, you can even make them lose. Oh, you can even weaken them. Your target loses power points from the affected trait equal to the difference between the check result and the DC. That's pretty fucking cool. But you shrug that off.
Yeah.
You can overcome that. Okay, so you just want to do a damaging thing. So okay, so what you're gonna do is sustained.
Now, can my range? I know it has to be close, but because
You
I
can
sink so many points into it, can I?
you want to make it a ranged attack?
Yeah, because I feel like if I'm too close, that will
Okay,
keep me.
here's your all right, so here's your thing. Area. This extra allows an effect that normally works on a single target to affect an area. No attack check is needed. The effect simply fills the designated area based on the type of modifier. Potential targets in the area are permitted a dodge resistance check, 10 plus effect rank, to avoid some of the effect, reflecting ducking from cover, dodging out of the way. So basically, you can
I just
make
say
it.
that because just so like if I'm too close, I don't need to be, so I don't take damage.
All right, so let me see something real quick. Okay, so this is your alternate effect.
Yes, it's under my
This would be an
alternate
alternate
effect.
effect.
Oh, it's another one on top of it.
No, I would just put oh, he's on Discord. Okay, Lance is on Discord. Man, he got on late. Let me how do you invite someone to Here we go. Yeah, I got it.
You got it?
Ragiroth. Yeah. All right, you back? Oh. All right, you guys got me? Yo.
I'm here.
Are you here? What's up? Rich, Raggy, you ready?
Yep, already.
All right, sorry. We're going through his character creation, so at least you'll get a thing. So, your alternate effect, would be you want a range attack.
Yes.
Okay, so ranged a ranged area effect can be placed anywhere within the effect's range, extending to fill the area's volume from the origin point. So effectively, depending on how many points you put in range, depends on how far you can send it.
Okay.
So that would be let me see.
That just gives my I guess my stand.
Yeah, it gives your stand. It would give you. Let me see something real quick. Let me just make sure. Range, reach.
How you doing, Raggy?
Actually, no.
Doing good. How about you?
Pretty good, thank you.
What's up? Yeah, sorry. We're just making his We're just making his stand ability. He has a recovering one, and basically it's fucking broken.
Were you guys doing this the whole time, or were you guys
Yeah,
playing something?
yeah.
Okay.
No, yeah. We're just doing this the entire time. Just
Setting
making
it up.
stuff. Okay.
You know, because I saw the video title and it's called like Plays Persona. So
Yeah,
I don't know if
I don't
you're
know
playing
why it came up like that. I have to do it. Okay. Reach. We're gonna give it reach. Um, so reach. It's 1 point per rank. Extends the effect's reach by 5 feet per rank. So I would put reach 5 feet per rank, and it's 1 point per rank of range of reach that you want.
I got it.
All right.
Yep.
So now the range is now the range is no longer close. It's reach. So it would be, man, Jesus Christ, it would be range.
I didn't mean to make it
No,
broken.
no, it would be range. So now you'd put range on it. Instead of on the range, you would put
Right.
it would be reach. Oh man, I don't even know how to call that one. It'd be a ranged attack. Ranged. So it would be 5 feet close. You know what I mean? So, man, Jesus. Yeah, yeah. So we have to look at how far you want it to go.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, you can also make it so it's within sight. So like as long as the stand can see you or someone else, they can use it.
Okay.
So I don't know what you want to do there, but there
I
you
wasn't
go.
expecting to make it like this, but I mean, it sounds pretty cool now. I can't wait to like jump into the game.
Yeah, yeah. So okay. So now we have to do damage. So now you want to do a damage on top of that, right?
Yeah.
Oh shit. All right. So what you would do is
Wouldn't the alternate effect damage to begin with, like already?
Okay, no, put a don't put reach, put ranged. It's
Yeah.
+1 cost per rank.
Yeah, I have that.
Okay. Okay, cool. So damage. Damage would be, I would put alternate effect. Damage. Oh my god. And then we're done with your stand power. I'm not letting you do anything fucking more to this thing. We have to add up
I wasn't expecting to add the alternate effect.
Holy shit, yeah. Okay, so your damage would be, I'll explain this to you, Raggy, after I'm done doing the damage here.
Yeah, that sounds complex.
Yeah, dude, his thing is fucking stupid. You can do anything with this. Basically, his stand, as long as it can, well, it's got a range to it.
It didn't start out like that.
Yeah,
though,
so
either. It was
basically,
simple.
his stand is called Beautiful Recovery. The ability is called Beautiful Recovery, and he's got a range, and basically, it's like a projectile, and if he touches, he can basically have it so he can regenerate damage. And it's depending on how many rounds he has, every minute or even less than that he would just regenerate damage constantly. And what he can do is he can affect others with it, and he can touch inanimate objects like cars and regenerate them. Like a broken down car and
Crazy
regenerate
Diamond
them.
a bit.
Yeah.
Those guys.
And
A little
then
bit.
basically now he wants to add an sort of like he wants to add a a reverse of regeneration. Where it
So like
attacks.
degradation.
Yeah, it attacks. It damages them to deregeneration.
Oh, okay.
So, what you're gonna do is you're gonna put damage.
Uh,
Attack. It's an attack. The action would be standard. The range. I guess. Do you want it to be a ranged attack?
Yeah.
Okay. So you'd put ranged, and then that would be +1 per rank, of course. Duration would be instant. Now, you can change the duration. You can change it to sustained, permanent. We'll get to that. And this damage is 1 point per rank. Oh man. And basically you can inflict damage on a target by making a close attack, but I mean
like I said, we didn't even know Raggy. It was just a healing stand at first.
Now he's adding attack to it. I don't know. Nah, I'm not letting you put attack on this. Fuck that. No, fuck you. You ain't getting attack. This is broken.
No
broken.
attack. All right.
No attack. No attack.
Right.
No fucking attack. All right. So, so that is your stand ability. All right.
I'm happy with it.
All right. That is your stand ability. You have that all written down?
Yep.
All right. Because I might actually have to get together with you guys like separately and do everything. But I just want to see what Raggy wants to do. So as long as you have that all written down, I'll get back to that.
It's all saved on my computer.
All right, cool. So Raggy, how you been?
Been okay. I had a pretty good, successful, busy day.
Busy day, yeah. How was your Thanksgiving?
Yeah. It was good. Went to my grandma's with my mom, like I've been doing the last few years.
Did you get
yours?
the meatloaf?
The meatloaf.
The meatloaf. The
Dumb.
meatloaf.
I never
not
had
get the
meatloaf for
meatloaf.
Thanksgiving.
Did you think about what you wanted to do, Raggy, for a stand?
Vaguely, yes. I do have a name.
Okay.
I had a very brief design and a brief power set.
Well, that kind of sucks. Because just like Xinksly had to do, it's now random.
Oh.
What did you want to do? Let me know what you wanted to do.
Okay, so I was thinking of like I guess the first with the name, I was thinking of like the kind of the band musician sort of naming convention like that, Part 4 and onward. I was going to name it Black Parade, like My Chemical Romance, Welcome to Black Parade, and it was going to be like kind of like this black and like kind of glowy green like skeletal like looking stand with like kind of.
It's sort of like the marching band they have the black suits with the skeletons on them.
Actually, shit, I didn't even think of that. Yeah, it kind of is.
Okay.
Kinda.
Yeah. Okay, makes sense.
Yeah, and like its powers, like, I mean, I was gonna have it be like something like where it can kind of form like weapons out of like, or like I guess it could be objects. I don't do weapons out of like kind of electricity. But I guess like the drawback is I would have to be near something that produces electricity.
Easy, I can do this.
All
right, I can do this. So what you would do is
make sure you have Notepad open.
Yeah, and make sure you have Notepad open. So just write down.
Hold on. We get it open.
Yeah, I'm going to write down what you need at first. For it to happen, and then we'll go there.
This is gonna be fun.
Yeah. It's gonna be.
All right. To new note. Come on, computer. All right. Stand name. Oh my God! Come on. It's being a slow poke.
I'm trying to find the ability right now.
Here we go. Standing Black Parade. Powers. Forming weapons out of electricity. Have to be near electrical sources.
Would it be okay?
For it to work.
Okay. So what you're gonna do is all right. So what you would need to do is so in a rainstorm you would be fucking nasty.
God,
all right.
Yeah, I would be.
So what you're gonna do is you're gonna write down powers. All right.
Okay.
You're gonna write down summoning.
Summoning.
That's gonna be basically to summon your stand ability. Okay.
Okay.
And then we're summoning. All right, so you're gonna write down action and then colon. It's a standard action to summon your stand. The range is close.
So action standard.
Yeah, standard.
Range close.
Close.
Okay.
So basically, when you summon your stand, it's close to you. It's like 5 feet away.
Okay.
And it can move. Duration is sustained. What that means is, as long as you tell me it is out there, your stand is out, it's always out. It doesn't cost you any turns to keep it out there. It's just always out. And the cost is 2 points per rank. Now, I'm giving you the ability to summon a stand for free because you have to, this is a stand game, so you're not able to choose it. You're just summoning one.
Okay.
So you're going to get 1 point you're going to get 1 rank for free of stand summoning, and that makes a difference. Let me read it to you. You can call upon another creature, a minion, to aid you. This creature is created as an independent character with the effect rank. So basically, now I told you you have 1 rank in there right now.
Yeah.
With effect rank of whatever the rank is times 15. So say you only put 1 rank into that power, you only get 15 power points. Mind you, you are creating an entirely separate character. So basically, you're making 2 characters. You almost have 2 character sheets. One for you as a stand user, and 1 for your stand, basically.
Okay.
And you're gonna have to use those power points to do all like their abilities, meaning like their strength, stamina, all that stuff. So like, give you an example, Xinksly's stand sounds incredibly powerful. His power, his other stats are probably going to suffer from it.
Okay.
All right. So a summon minion is limited to the power level equal to the rank of the summon effect used to create it. So what that means is everyone in this game is starting out as a power level 5. So you as a stand user are a power level 5. You're not even kick-ass powerful. You're almost, you're weak. You'd get your ass kicked by a kick-ass person, but your stand would fucking mollywomp them. That means you have 75 points to spend on your character specifically, like you yourself. And because it's power level 5, your stand can only have a rank of 10 maximum, unless your level goes up. So, essentially, you can have 150 power points to spend if you spend 10 points. Well, 20 points on the. So it would be 2 points per rank. So 2 times 10 would be 20 points, and you get 150 power points to spend on your minion, basically, or on your stand. Okay. So another thing that you have to choose is basically called extras on a power. So extras basically they boost the ability of that power. So for a stand, you can choose from active. Your minions are particularly independent and do not have the day's condition, having a full set of actions each round. What that means is I would control your stand, but it would always be helping you.
Okay.
Controlled. Your minions have all the controlled conditions, meaning they have no free will of their own and are completely under your direction. So when you're controlling them, you're going to be using your actions to basically make them do what you want. And then heroic, the creatures you summon are not subject to minion rules, but treated like normal player characters. Additionally, they do not have like any days conditions, and they take a full set of actions each round. So basically, you would be able to control that. It would be almost like having a second character. You would be controlling 2 players with heroic. If you did active, I would be controlling them. are controlled, they wouldn't be able to do anything on their own. You would always be having to tell them what to do. So, like, unlike Jotaro's stand, where, like, if someone tries to hurt him, his stand can choose to block it. Your controlled stand would not do it unless you told him to.
Okay.
Automatic thing.
Yeah. Now, heroic, like, it would. Like, it would. You know, you could tell, like, it would block it. Like, you would be controlling it. So you'd be like, all right, I'm going to move my stand in between me and the stand user, the other person, and I'm going to control the fight. You know what I mean? You could do that. So Xinksly chose heroic. And that basically
I'm still here.
Yeah, Xinksly chose heroic. This all adds to the cost of the ability, so keep that in mind.
My human's gonna be weak.
Yeah. You can have a horde. You can have multiple. Sorry, no, not right now. If you have multiple minions, which you can, you may take a standard action to summon any number of minions up to your maximum amount. Until the start of your next, and you are vulnerable. You are vulnerable until the start of your next turn when summoning a horde. So, like, you're going to be distracted once summoning a horde of stands if you wanted to. You'd have to take another extra in order to do that. It's all on the screen right now. You can have a mental link with your stand. Basically, you can communicate with them even if, say, you have a remote stand that's like a mile away from you.
Mm-hmm.
You can communicate with them mentally.
Oh.
Multiple minions. So this is where it comes in. You can summon more than one minion. Each application of this extra doubles your total amount of minions. So you can spend 2 cost per rank. So 2 more points per rank of it. To basically, if you have 1 rank in it, you'd have two stands. If you have, so on and so forth. Sacrifice. When you're hit with an effect requiring a resistance check, you can spend a hero point to shift it to one of your minions instead. Hero points is something that you gain from role-playing. Variable type. Basically, you can summon, like, different kinds of minions. Usually, you can only summon, like, one type. But, like, you'd be able to summon a bird and a fish. You know what I mean? Or even a broad type, which is like animals, demons, humanoids, stuff like that. So that would be your extras if you wanted to apply to that. But it seems like you'd either want heroic, controlled, or active.
Yeah. They sound the best for me, at least.
Which one do you want?
Okay, so heroic is that the one that, like,
you control it like a separate character.
Okay, and then it was standard and
active.
What was the other one again?
Active and controlled. Active is basically
controlled.
I control it, but it's still working for you. And controlled is they won't do anything on their own. You don't have to take any of these, but a minion basically, minions basically they have. If you just take it as a regular minion, I believe they only have like a standard action per turn. They can move and do 1 action. That's it. You don't have to take any of these extras, but I mean, it's up to you.
I'm thinking either heroic or controlled.
Okay, so the upside would be controlled would be +1 cost per rank. The downside, and then heroic would be +2 points per rank. So let's say you have, 10 points into summoning, and that would cost you 20 points. Now it's costing you 40 points. Just for that power.
Okay.
There's
so
a lot.
It's like it costs more, basically.
Yeah.
Okay.
It costs more. And it's up to you.
And which one costs more again? I'm sorry.
Heroic, and that one
Heroic.
basically
Okay. Heroic is the most costly one.
yeah,
Okay.
it's being treated like a normal like character.
Okay. I think I think I might go with controlled then. I feel like that seems like the best middle ground option.
Okay, go to controlled. You rate controlled as under extras.
Okay. Oh,
It's +1 cost per rank.
extras. One per rank.
Yeah.
Per rank.
Yep.
Okay.
Now another thing is they have flaws. Um, you can give it an attitude. Your summoned minions are less than cooperative, indifferent, or even unfriendly. You can use interaction skills and other effects to get your summoned minions to cooperate, but success by no means is by no means measured. So like even if you tell it to do something, it could give you an attitude and be like, "Fuck you, dude. I'm not gonna do it." Which I don't know if that makes sense because it's on. They have no. Oh well, it does because they have no free will. Like they can't do anything unless you tell them. But at the same time, they can go tell you to go fuck yourself. So the ranks are indifferent. Basically, flaws take away from the cost. It would be indifferent, which would be -1 cost per rank, or unfriendly, -2 cost per rank. Like it just doesn't fucking like you. It's just here because it can't not be there. And then resistible. Your minions get an appropriate resistance check to avoid being summoned. If they successfully resist, you cannot attempt to summon them again in that scene without using extra effort. I don't think you want that, but it's up to you. You don't have to take any of these flaws.
It's like Ash's Charizard in the Pokemon.
Yes, like, it gives you the middle finger and tells you to fuck off.
finger.
All right,
Just
so
lays down.
you're just gonna take? Are you just gonna take controlled?
Yeah, I'm gonna go controlled.
Okay, so don't write any. We're just gonna go over what it does now. So, you summon it, and then now what does it do again? It
I
like
can,
creates shit.
form weapons out of electricity.
All right, so I'm trying to look up.
Objects.
Yeah, like create objects. I know there's a way to do it. Let me see. Transform. You can change objects into other objects, altering their shape or material composition in the process. You must touch the chosen object, which requires a close attack check if the object is held or worn by another character. What you can transform affects cost per rank. 2 points. Transform one thing or substance into one other thing or substance, such as metal into wood, iron into glass, or broken objects into repaired ones. Transform. A broad group of things into a single result. Any metal into gold, for example, or a single target into any of a broad group. One type of metal, such as lead, into any other metal, water, or liquids, and so forth. 4. Transform a broad group of targets into one of a broad group of results. Solids into other solids, for example. 5 points. Transform any material into anything else. Now, what we can do is we can give it a source. So you want to be able to take electricity and transform that electricity into an object, correct?
Yes.
So what you can do is you can transform any material into anything else, and then we can give it a source, electricity. So, or you can do, because the problem is electricity would be you transform any material into anything else. Inanimate objects do not take resistance checks. I'm just going to make sure. Okay, so transformation lasts as a sustained effect. When you stop maintaining it, the target reverts to normal. Continuous transform is irreversible except by using another transform effect and to turn the target back to its previous transform. Okay, no, we're gonna do. Okay, so what are you trying to? So you're just trying to make anything. You're trying to make anything from electricity.
Pretty much. I mean, I figured more so weapons, but I mean, it doesn't have to be,
Well, I mean,
specifically.
okay, so if it was just weapons, super easy. It's just damage with a source electricity. This would be literally you can transform any material into anything else. However, I don't know if they mean by I don't know if they know. I would say transform a broad group of targets into one broad group of results. Transform any material. Okay, yeah, you want. Okay, so you would take transform. The action would be standard. The range would be close. You'd have to touch it. The duration would be sustained. What sustained means is as long as you tell me that electricity is still a sword, it's still a sword, and it costs you no ranks. Sorry, it costs you no actions per turn to sustain that. So you just say, look, it's still a sword.
Okay.
Okay, so you transform any material into anything else. So let me see something else. Inanimate objects do not make resistance checks and transform automatically as long as you can affect their total mass. You can transform rank -6 rank mass. So transform 1 can affect up to 1.5 pounds of mass -5. Then 3 pounds of rank at rank 2. So at rank 1, you can affect a half a pound of material. At then rank 2 would be 3 pounds, and so forth. So every rank you put into it is a half a pound that you can transform.
Okay.
Does electricity have a weight?
I don't think. Let me see if I can Google that real fast.
I don't think it does.
I want to say it doesn't, but
Like I'm thinking about that. Like,
does electricity have mass? Well, that was automatically in there. Electricity does have mass, yes. Moving magnet becomes more massive due to its increase of energy, and this additional inertia causes its electric field to increase in strength as well. Hence, E equals mc squared.
oh my god. Okay, so it would be. The
Oh,
only
mine's
problem
fine.
is it would be you'd only be able to affect. So the most you can get out of it would be 10 ranks. Okay. So inanimate objects rank mass. So transform 1. Okay. So so it would be. Oh, so this is gonna be expensive. It would be 5 points per rank. Okay. And so it would cost you 50 points to get it to a rank 10, and rank 10 would allow you to affect let's see here, wait, would allow you to affect shit, let me see, introduce the basics. Rank 10 would allow, I'm trying to see, so 10 times 1.5. What's 10 times 1.5? I don't even know why I'm thinking about that.
10.5, I guess?
No,
Or
it would be
no?
more than that. So let me get the calculator. Oh my
10
god, I can't
times
believe this is probably like the easiest fucking thing in the world.
15.
13. You'd be able to
15. 15.
you'd basically be able to affect 13 pounds.
15.
Sorry, 15 pounds of electricity and convert it into something of 15 pounds.
Okay.
So if that's what you want to do, you'd be able to make anything, and then as you get more powerful, you'd be able to make bigger and better things.
Okay.
So that's up to you. And then what you're going to have to do is, if you want to make a weapon, so here's the issue. If you want to make a weapon, you're going to have to add a damage effect to it. So that would be an alternate effect. So basically you can be like, all right, I'm going to use my alternate effect to make it a damaging effect. So that's going to cost you. That'll cost you more points for that alternate effect to happen. So I not only can I make things that are 15 pounds out of electricity, but I can also do damage with something that's 15 pounds.
Okay.
So, and that damage would be equal to the rank of it, but it would also have an alternate effect of electricity. Yeah. So, I mean, yeah, you can do that. So you want to do that?
Yeah, that sounds fine.
Okay, so we're gonna go damage. Damn.
Easy. Raggy's easy.
Yeah, damage. All right, so basically, write down transform. It's gonna be 5. It'll be 5 points per rank.
Transform 5 points per rank.
Yeah. So basically, you can transform any material into anything else. Okay, so wait. We're gonna do damage. So I'm guessing that your stand actually doesn't like attack things. It's basically just there to it's basically just there to create these things for you, right?
Well, initially, I
Oh, wait,
did think
wait,
it
wait.
would actually use them.
Wait, this is better.
I mean,
Sorry, guys. I didn't see this. Create. You can create solid objects essentially out of nowhere. Okay, this is better. They may be made of solidified energy, hardened water or air, transmuted bulk, matter, ice. Okay, this is way better.
oh yeah, it does sound more.
Yeah.
Sorry, Alex.
Yeah, that's what you want to do. So go to create. Just get rid of transform. Go to create. Create would be a standard action. It would take your standard action. Arrange it would be the range would be ranged, so you can do it from a distance. Duration would be sustained. So basically, you tell me it's keep going, and it's cost 2 per rank. That's actually way better. Okay. So there you go. Yeah. There you go. There you go. If a created object needs support weight, created as a bridge to support a weakened structure, for example, it has an effective strength equal to its rank. Okay. Let me. Okay. So you can form solid objects essentially out of nowhere. You can form any simple geometric shape or common object, such as a cube, sphere, dome, hammer, lens, discs, etc. The GM has a final say on whether or not a particular object is too complex for this effect. Generally, your objects can't have any moving parts, more complex than a hinge. They can be solid or hollow, opaque or transparent, as you choose when you use this effect. Limit it by your descriptors as a game master's judgment. You can create an object with a maximum value rank equal to your effect rank. So if you have 10 points in it, you can have 10 ranks of volume, which is a lot of volume. Created objects can be damaged or broken like ordinary objects. They also vanish if you stop maintaining them. You can repair any damage to a created object at will by using your effect again, essentially recreating the object. Your created objects are stationary once you have created them, although other effects can move them. Assume an object has a mass rank equal to its volume rank. So other people would be able to pick them up and use them.
Okay.
You can drop them. You'd always have them. You just create it, and you would have them for as long as you can maintain having them.
Okay.
Created objects, covers, and concealment. A created object can provide cover or concealment if the object is opaque, just like a normal object. Cover provided by a created object can block incoming attacks, but blocks outgoing attacks as well. Attacks hitting the cover object damage it. Indirect effects can bypass the cover a created object provides, just like any other cover. The selective modifier allows you to vary the cover and concealment your objects provide. So, what they're saying with selective is it chooses whether or not it lets things through or lets things in, so on and so forth. Which you can do as an alternate effect. You can be like, okay, it doesn't let anything in right now, but I'm going to make it let things through. You can do that. You can trap with objects, so you can make traps out of them. Now, dropping objects, simply dropping a created object on a target is treated like an area of effect attack based on the object size, so you can drop it on people, like a hammer on their head. If a created object
Sort
needs
of
to support,
electric bear trap or
yeah.
something. Oh my god.
If a created object needs to support weight, created as a bridge or to support a weakened structure, for example, it has an effective strength equal to its rank. You can shore up a created object by taking a standard action and concentrating, increasing its strength by 1. So if you have 1 rank in there, the object would be a little bit stronger than a normal human. Basically, you would roll a d20 and you would add 1 to it.
Okay.
And that's, but you can also concentrate to increase the strength by 1. That would take up a turn. You wouldn't be able to do anything because you're concentrating on it. And you can also use extra effort, which will fatigue you. I'll go into those rules after you're done with all that. All right, so continuous create makes objects that remain until they are destroyed, nullified, or you choose to dismiss them. So you don't have to keep on sustaining it. They're just always there until you say, I don't want it anymore. Impervious. These are extras. Applied to create. This extra makes objects' toughness impervious, so they're really hard to destroy. They're impervious. Innate, continuous, or permanent create with this modifier makes objects that cannot be nullified. Basically, there is abilities in this game where you can say that's not there anymore, and it gets rid of it.
Okay.
Movable, you can move your created objects around with a move object effect at your create rank. Basically, I think move objects like telekinesis, sort of. Precise, you can create more precise and detailed objects. The exact parameters of precise create are up to the GM, but generally you can create objects with moving parts and considerable detail. That's probably what you'd want. You'd probably want precise because you'd be able to make more complex machines and stuff like that. But like, that would be +1 points with precise. Selective, you can make created objects selectively transparent to attacks, blocking some while allowing others, you or your allies, for example, to pass through them. So say like you wanted to create a wall out of electricity, you can allow other people to move through them and other people to not. So like if you're getting chased, you can build a wall in front of you and then keep running, and then enemies wouldn't be able to get through, but like Xinksly would be able to run through it himself.
Yeah, I was gonna say like I was wondering how it would work with like would the electricity hurt allies or
you can make it selective. That's what you would. That's what you'd have to do. You'd have to spend a point to make it selective.
I'm just a beast and run through it.
Yeah, he could run through it, but electricity has its own things. So it's up to you. So do you want it to be selective?
And that would cost like more.
Yeah.
Pause.
That would cost one cost per rank. So +1 point per rank.
All right. Yeah.
Okay. So put under extras selective. Do you want to be able to make more complex machines or things? Because right now all you can make is a cube, sphere, domes, hammer, lens, discs. You can form a simple geometric shape or common objects like a pen or hammer or.
Yeah, I'd probably want more.
Precise. So then you would put precise, write down precise, and it would be +1 point per rank.
All right, so selective is how much per rank?
No, it'd be flat. So it'd be flat 1 point. So we just add 1 point. That's it. So what? What'd you say?
Oh no, I just said so. Selective is +1 per rank?
No, that's +1 cost per rank. So per rank. So if you have a 10 in create, 10 points in create, it would basically costs you, now that would cost you 20 points. Now, precise is only plus 1 point.
Okay, so precise is only 1 point, not per rank.
Yeah.
Okay.
Then rank is important because the toughness is the rank of your create. So the higher your rank, the more durable they are. So like say you create a door and enemies are trying to punch through it, they'd have to punch through your rank and create.
Okay.
So precise would be just plus 1 point. That's it. There's no, it's not per not per rank. And now, okay.
But selected is plus 1 cost per rank.
Yeah, yeah. So now
Okay.
what you'd want is you would want modifier called source. So this would be source. Let me see something real quick. We're gonna do modifiers. I have to get down to modifiers. God damn it. Powers. Modifiers. Okay. So, and then we're gonna go down to flaws.
Were you guys going until 8 o'clock like usual?
Yeah. Sadly.
Yeah, I was just gonna ask. I'm like, oh, it's 8 o'clock.
Oh, did I tell you to add on your summon power? Did I tell you to add hey, I didn't tell you to do this. You need to add a flaw to your summoning power. Unless
Add
you
what
don't
again?
Yeah, it's called on your summoning ability. You want to add a flaw called feedback. Basically, that's -1 cost per rank. And basically you suffer damage when your stand suffers damage.
-1 cost per rank.
Yeah.
At least we're getting all the
yeah,
stuff
we're
out
gonna have to
of the
go
way.
over abilities. This is just making your powers. Like, Jesus.
I know there's a lot.
I'm trying to see if I
It's
can.
good to talk to you guys though. It's been a
Yeah,
little.
I know it's been a
Yeah, it's been a
while.
couple weeks.
Yeah.
That's why I'm glad I was at least able to make it for like the last hour.
Limited. Let's see. I think it's limited.
And I was actually off this week.
Yeah, I know. I'm trying to see. I know that there's a flaw. Check required. Concentration diminished. Distracting. Fades. And there is other things that you can use to lower the cost too, like flaws and stuff like that. What's limited? Limited. I need to go to limited. Limited. An effect this power is not effective all the time. Limited powers generally break it down to 2 types. Those usable only in certain situations, and those usable only on certain things. All right. So what you're going to put on your create is you're going to put limited -1 cost per rank.
Where should I put that under?
Under your power for create, you're going to put it as a modifier, and it is not a modifier.
Is that the same as summoning create or?
No. Okay. Oh gosh. Your power, your stand is under summoning, and now we're making your stand's abilities right now.
Okay.
Which your stand's power is create, so you can't use it. Your stand can use it.
Okay.
All right. So it would be under your power create. You would put a modifiers, which would be it would be, where is it? It would be under flaws. You'd write flaws, and you would put limited. And under limited, it would be you would put only when there is a source of electricity. And it would be -1 cost per rank. So now you can create anything, well, not everything, but you can create most objects, like even complex objects, if there is electricity there present. Still there?
Yeah, I'm stuck here. Yep.
Yeah.
I typed that.
Yeah. There you go. Now, can your stand attack?
I initially had it in my mind at least that it could.
Okay. So it has a damaging attack, like it can punch. Well, here's the thing. If it oh no, now we have to put in alternate. Oh, man, now we have to do a now we have to, well, you want to be able you okay, so is it when you create it, does it just form like electricity in your hand, or is it just does it look like that object? Or is it actually electricity?
It appears and it appears as a thing and it makes something for me or itself or whatever.
So my thing is it like electricity? If I touch it, am I electrocuted?
Well, wouldn't that be kind of up to the selective thing?
Well, okay, so that's what you're saying. Okay, so now we have to say that it is well, yeah, well, let me see. All right. Feedback, fades, tiring, side effect. Let me see here. Secondary effect. Okay, so it's going to be a secondary effect. You would write secondary effect +1 cost per rank. It is an instant duration. An instant duration effect with this modifier affects the target once immediately. Well, wait a minute. That's instant duration. Well, it takes a. Yeah, okay, so it'd be a secondary effect, and basically, you would want it to do damage, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so a secondary effect would be damage. So you'd write damage.
Duration damage.
Yeah, damage.
Okay.
I'm going to go damage right now, because now we have to add the damage effect to it. Power effects. All right, so now we have to go to damage. All right, so damage. So you're going to write damage.
Where'd I put it?
Underneath create damage. It's a standard. It's a standard action. I mean, it doesn't matter. Well, it would be action. Ooh. Just put this is gonna take. Okay, so it'd be action, but just put damage, action, standard, range, close, duration, would be instant, and cost 1 per rank.
Range close, duration instant.
Yes. And it costs 1 per rank to do. So the way it works is damage resistance check. They would have to roll their toughness versus the rank of it plus 15. Now, what you want to do is instead of so what we're going to have to do is damage is going to have to get changed to a modifier. I'm trying to go through here. So basically, the more you put in that, the harder it is for them to resist, and they'll just take damage. There's no HP in this game, so don't worry about that. If they fail, if say they try to pick it up 3 times, every time they try to pick it up, they get damage. They take -1 and everything to like their to their oh my god, to their like resistances to that damage. So to damage in general. All right. So what you would do is we have to go to reaction here. It's going to cost 1 to 3 um, 1 to 3 points depending. Reaction. Effect has a default action required to use it. Standard, free, or none. See action at the start of the chapter. This modifier changes an effect's required action from a standard or free to a reaction, occurring automatically when a specific triggering event occurs. So if someone touches it, this happens. They take damage. This is similar to the triggered modifier later in the section, but reaction does not need to be set or originate from a user, and can function repeatedly, so as long as their triggering requirement is met. Specifying a triggering circumstance that activates the effect, such as someone touching or attacking the user, activating the particular effect or power in the user's presence, and so forth. So basically, I would say you would put reaction, and I would say plus. I would say +1 because they would actually have to grab it for it to trigger. So put reaction, touch, and then it would be +1 to the rank cost. So there you go. That's it. So now all you have to do is now that you have everything in there, you have to add up all the points to see how much all that would cost. And then if you want me to do that, you can always just email me the powers, because we still have to go over your actual characters. Like, we have to make your actual fucking characters. We have to make your stand, all their strengths and abilities. So
I'm just glad we got the hard part out of the way, guys.
Yeah. That's the most difficult thing here. Now, what I'll show you is the heroes, right? So I'm going to show you. Oh, wait a minute. What was the range? The rank and range. So range, distance. So like Xinksly, your range, depending on how many ranks you put in it. So like a rank in 1 distance would be 60 feet. A rank 2 would be 120 feet. Rank 3 would be 250 feet. So for your range. So basically we're going to need to create your 2 stand characters. So you and your character. I just want to show you some of the stuff on here before we get off, because it's past 2 hours.
Yeah.
So this is, for example, you can see it on the screen, right? You have strength, agility, fighting, awareness, stamina, dexterity, intellect, and presence. Okay. Then you have your powers, of course. Then you have your advantages, which are sort of like feats in D&D. Then you have your skills.
Okay.
Then you have your skills, which is basically like what you can do as a person. You can lockpick, stuff like that. Remember, you can give your stand skills as well. Offense, basically, this basically it adds up all of, like, what you get. Like, if you have your rank, if you shoot like a beam, you'll do a force beam +8. You know what I mean? Like, that's your thing. And then defense is like your saving throws from D&D. I don't know if you guys have ever played D&D, but like dodge, parry, will, and basically those are all derived from your basic stats, which they're really easy. Like intellect is your will, and then you can add to that. You can add to that with advantages and stuff like that. So it's not that hard. It's basically just now we're just gonna be plugging in numbers to how you want your character to be. So yeah. For example, a person with a 0 strength is the normal strength of a human. Agility, normal agility of a human. Fighting would be normal, for a human, so on and so forth. But I mean, it gets a lot easier after all the powers. It's just you have so many choices with powers that it
Yeah.
takes the longest. So
Yeah, and we'll get around to doing the story and everything. That'll be
yeah, well, probably next time when we do this, it's gonna be a lot easier because I don't have to go over each individual power with you guys, so it'll be a lot
Yeah.
quicker. It'll be a
It
lot
sucks
quicker.
that the website didn't work.
Yeah. So yeah, it does suck, but yeah, there you go. Now if you guys want to email me your character sheets so I can look at them to see if they're done correctly, that would be cool. And then I'll just create your powers and I tell you how much it all costs.
Yeah, I'll probably do that in a
Yeah.
little bit. Send you it.
Yeah, Xinksly, you there? I mean, Ragiroth, you there?
You guys,
Raggy?
you hear me, right?
I don't hear Raggy. Raggy?
Is he alive?
I don't know, but I have to get off.
Oh, he said I'm here.
Oh, he's here. Okay, so you heard everything. Okay, so just send me that stuff and I'll make it up. I don't know
Alright.
why we can't hear you. Yeah, it's a shame that you came so late, but yeah, just send me that stuff. I'll sparse through it and make sure everything's done correctly, and then like put it in an actual like format that makes sense. You guys have my email?
No, you could just text me it though.
Okay, yeah.
Just
I'll
give
just
us
text
that.
you my email so you can just send that all to me, and yeah, I'll just text it. Yeah, it's fine.
Alright, guys.
Well,
It was
yeah,
good.
yeah. I mean, we didn't do much, but we did something, right? We made powers up. So
Yeah, definitely.
yeah. Oh, there you go. There you are.
Oh,
There you are.
that's
There,
weird.
there you are. You're just talking to yourself in your room. Like, yeah, definitely.
I'm just like hoping like it'll work.
Yeah, right.
Something will come through.
But yeah, Inks, Raggy, I didn't tell you the setting from it. I don't know how well your power is gonna work, but you chose it. It's post-apocalyptic. It's 100 years after a asteroid has hit the planet.
Well, I guess I gotta hope it rains.
Well, no, it is a blend of like technology that still does work.
Okay.
So like you should be able to find things
My
like
God,
that.
that's gonna be really good with my ability if I found like broken electronics.
There you go. And he could basically repair it, and batteries and stuff like that creates what, electricity, correct?
Should.
It should. Or like, he could repair power lines and stuff like that for you. So you guys would be almost codependent on each other. So because Xinksly can't do damage unless, I mean, he can. His stand can punch things, but you can create things. So, and it depends on how much points he's spent. So, I can actually just do this. Just send it to, because I don't have this up there. Here's my email. I'm typing it right now.
Okay.
Alright.
Yeah. Let me open up the file.
There you go. And just send it to them. And then we'll go over abilities and the rest of your characters, like fleshing them out next time.
Okay.
Unless you guys just want to do something like in between instead of having to do it on stream.
I mean,
you know.
if we started like next week, it would be cool, but
Yeah.
we'll see.
Yeah.
So I just want to make sure everything's good there. But all right, cool. And I will go through all that, and we will look at stuff.
All right. Sounds good.
It says Mr. Anderson and Mr. Anderson, Xinksly, and Ragiroth talk about stuff. Part 5. And
Okay.
Revelations Persona. Like, I don't know why.
Oh, I probably saw that in the thumbnail. And
Yeah.
And you were confused, probably.
Yeah, confused. But all right, cool. I don't think anyone joined us, but I'm just doing this because I want to play a D&D game-ish sort of thing. So
Yeah, no, it sounds cool. I like it.
yeah, but yeah, like I said, send me that stuff, and I will talk to you guys next week.
All right.
Alright.
Talk
All right.
Yeah,
later, guys.
I'll let you know if I'm not free next.
Ah!
I want to say I should be.
All right, cool.
I will be too, probably.
All right, and also, if you guys know anybody else that would be interested, like at least one other person, let me know, and we can definitely do that. I mean, to be honest with you, if I could meet up with you guys in person, that'd be even cooler. But like finding a place and having to run out at whatever time, is kind of a pain. But
Yeah.
Yeah.
have to deal with that all, and getting rides here and there and stuff like that would be a pain in the ass. But yep, all right, man.
All right. Talk to you guys later.
I will
All right,
see you guys later. Later. make sure you guys have a good night. Good night.